Join us back at Monk's Lakes Fishery. We're revisiting Lake Snipe. Nothing's really changed. Haven't seen any fish, haven't showed himself. Had a change of tactics last night. The wind was pushing up into a corner, so hoping that would pay off. And only this morning it did pay off. Not the biggest one in here by any means, but what a great start. Bait's working, spot's working. We can build on that for the next 22 hours, whatever we've got left. So we'll take that. Let's slip this one back.
We're ending it.
What a relationship, all it is. So you join us back at Monk's Lakes Fishery. We're revisiting Lake Snipe. Last month we tried doing a video on here, but unfortunately the fish started to spawn, so we couldn't actually go ahead and do the film. We did move on to Garda. Snipe, a little bit about the lake. It's a bit smaller than the Garda. It's one of the members' lakes here, but it has a better head of fish. So we're looking at a better average to higher doubles, 20s, with a few more 30s in here, I believe. There's a few anglers on the lake today. A few fish have come out. We've chose the corner where I wanted fish last time. Haven't seen anything showing yet, but it is sort of midday at the moment, so moving into the afternoon, hopefully we'll find some fish. So our approach today, we're using a bait boat. Members Lakes, we can actually use bait boats here. Although in previous videos we haven't used it, today we decided that we were going to have a go and use it. Just helps get that little extra bait out there on the spot. Left rods out into the open water spot. Spoke to a few anglers here in previous sessions and they've told me that plenty of fish have come out from this spot. I managed to use the echo sounder on the bait boat, find the fish and get it out there. Little rod, same sort of principle again. Spoke to other anglers. They've told me of a spot just off a back of an island. So again, bait boat out to there. Right hand rods. After fishing this swim a few short sessions before, I did find a spot on the margin. Had a few bites there, so I've decided to put one there and just make life easier for the baiting approach again without using the bait boat. So in this session, the bait that I've chose to use is the Allnut range. So hook bait, I'm using a 15mm Allnut wafter on all three rods. To accompany that, I'm using a mix of 15mm and 18mm bottom baits as freebies. Also, on top of that, I'm using a mix of pellets, so mixed sizes. So the 2mm, 6mm and an 8mm pellet, which is the Allnut, and a mix of ocean fruits. And also halibut pellets. So I know the fishery use halibut pellets to feed the fish when no one's fishing, so I've sprinkled a few of those on top. And just to mix it up a little bit more, to add a bit more nuttiness, we've added some tiger nuts that have been glugged in our glug. I just think that will really push the feed on if they're really on the bait. So we're all set up, all the rods are out, they're all on the spots. The bait is exactly what I want and where I want it. We're moving into the afternoon. Hopefully we'll get a bite moving into later into the afternoon, but if we get anything earlier, it'd be fantastic. Holding right at the top. First fish of the session from my margin spot, as I thought would go, on the Allnut wafter. 16.5 pounds. Not the biggest one in here by any means, but what a great start. Early afternoon, plenty of time to build on that. But what a beauty. Look at that. I see what you're trying to do. Afternoon has passed now. We only had that one bite early this afternoon. Nothing's really changed. Haven't seen any fish, haven't showed himself. The wind's got up, pushing across into the margin a bit more, so maybe the fish will follow that wind. We'll have to wait and see. Probably got about an hour and a half before darkness, so we'll see what happens from there. There we go, another bite. This one fell 5:30 this morning. Had a change of tactics last night. The wind was pushing up into a corner. It was too obvious not to have a go for that. We'll discuss the tactics a bit more later. But there you go, 17-pound mirror. Another one to add to it, something to build on for the rest of the day. We're going to slide this one back in, see if we can catch something bigger. So this morning 5:30 we had another bite. That came from a new spot. So yesterday afternoon the wind was really pushing down into the far corner. No one was fishing opposite, so we had the opportunity to go a little bit longer. With the bait boat we was able to get right out down against the margin. So hoping that would pay off, and early this morning it did pay off. Another mirror came out on the same tactics, same baiting approach, just a different spot. So that moved into the 17-pound mirror, which you would have seen now. The only other little tweak that I've made in the last few hours, still staying on the same spot on my right hand rod, but thought I'd try an ocean fruit wafter instead of the all-nut wafter. Still the same pellet, boilie mix that I've put out there as the freebies, just trying something different on a hook bait. Only got a few hours left, so just see if we can nick another bite. What a funny pike. There we go, third bite. Unfortunately, this is the last fish of the session. We've run out of time. This just came just before the session ended. It's not the biggest, there's bigger in here. We've had 3 fish now, 2 around the 16, 17 pound mark and this low double. It's just the way it goes sometimes. That's fishing. Still, we've had some good fish for the film, bigger than what we've caught on Lake Garda. We'll carry on trying to catch the big ones out of Snipe. You join me back on the bank. Been a few months since we've done the last video. Been a few reasons why, a few personal reasons, family time, heat wave, COVID. We've had it all. So we're back at our members lake. Try and get some more content. A lot going on in the next few months. We're going to be really busy, which you're all going to see. We are fishing back at Monks on the members lakes, back on Snipe. So Snipe is the smaller lake, lower stock, but meant to have the bigger fish in here. We've been quite unlucky on video not to have one of the bigger ones. We've had a few 20s out fishing it personally on my own, but not in front of the video. So hopefully in this 24-hour session we can turn that around. Quite lucky today, no one's fishing the lake. It's a Sunday, which is really strange on a bank holiday weekend, so there should be quite a few anglers here, but there's not. So the lake to ourselves. We've headed to the middle of the lake. One of our team members has fished this swim quite a few times, so he's put us on a couple of spots, so hopefully that will set us in good stead and get amongst the fish. Okay, so the right rod, fishing into open water. We use bait boats here, so we're using a bait boat not necessarily to find the fish, but just to get our depths. So I know roughly it's about 4 foot at the moment with the water level being low, so I've taken the bait boat out, just found a little drop off, it drops down about half a foot. Fishing Ocean's Fruit Wafter, 15mm, match the hatch on that one. With a generous helping of freebies, 15mm and 12mm, and corn in that one, just to see if we can add that visual element to that, see if it does anything different. Middle rod, fishing about 10 foot off an island, again in the drop off, 4.5 foot water. That's on Ocean's Fruit. We're using a 15mm wafter on that one. Not match the hatch, this is the glass one, so it looks like a pop-up, but it's actually a wafter. It's nearly black, it's something different that we're trying, so if it does a bite, we can use that. No corn on this one, we're going to see if the corn makes a difference on the right to the middle. We'll see how that goes. Left rod, taking a mick a little bit on this one. I'm fishing someone else's water, but no one's fishing the lake, so I've got that luxury, I can do that. There's a deep hole left on the island, so we found a spot there. That one I've actually changed, I've gone to the all-nut wafter. one of my favourites, always a go-to. Again, a real generous helping of freebies out there, probably 200 freebies over that spot. We've got the time to sit on it, let's see what it brings. So the rods are out, we've talked about where we position the rods, we've got 24 hours to go. The wind is quite intense, so recording might be a bit of a problem here and there, so excuse the sound. Weather's pretty good though, overcast, cooling off, hopefully the fish will bite. It's cool fishing, so let's see what we can do with that. Can't guarantee anything, but hoping for something bigger than what we've caught in the previous video. There we go, a few hours into the session, left hand rod, just off a deep hole off of the island, on the all-knot wafter with about 200 freebies I think I said earlier, so it's not massive, just about £11. But off the mark, bait's working, spot's working, we can build on that for the next 22 hours, whatever we've got left, so we'll take that, let's slip this one back. So there you go guys, that's what we've been using on two of the rods today, on the last 24-hour session. It's the Ocean's Fruit range, the 15mm. We thought we'd show you some of the boilies that we do, take the opportunity to show you in the shop. It's fully stocked with all our bait here. All three ranges, from our Red Lobster Crunch, our Ocean's Fruit and our Walnut. And as you'll see through some of the pictures, you'll see the Walnut's doing really well in the shop at the moment. But all our products are available up Monk Lake, so if you're down here fishing, feel free, come in, have a look, find the counter there, even show you some of the bait as well, so you can have a smell and see what you think of it. So we're just moving into the evening now. Had one fish this afternoon, a couple of hours ago now, £11 common, nothing massive, something to build on. The spot's working, the all-nut bait obviously works, so we're back out there, same tactics again, see what happens. The other two rods, I've had to reset one of them, been pestered by some nuisance fish, or what we think's nuisance fish. The bait was fine, but we've reset that on the same spot, same tactics again, so see what the night brings. So we're into the morning now. We was hoping the night would do a few bites. We was told this is more of a night swim. The only thing we really had was plagued with line bites all night, and we think there's a lot of nuisance fish out there. So yeah, this morning we gave it a little bit of time, a few hours into daylight, to see if we can nick an early bite. That hasn't happened, so we've had to go for a bit of a refresh. My right rod and middle rod kept pretty much on the same sort of line in the same sort of areas. Just refreshed the hook bait, topped up with a few more boilies out there. I played the long game on that one. Left one, which I did have a fish on yesterday afternoon. Again, refreshed. This time I added a PVA mesh bag with some chopped boilies, and I just hooked that on, and a little change on the hook bait. So still with the wafter, but I've changed it. It's got a slight tinge of pink in the wafter, something new I'm trying, just to see if that colour just does a different or does a quicker bite. But for now, I've got a few hours left. It's not looking promising. It's got a little bit colder, as you can see, wearing a jumper and stuff now, but you never know. It's fishing, anything could happen. A fish could turn up, and hopefully we'll make the most of a bite if we get one. That's it. Session's come to an end. 24 hours. Not much to show for it. One double, but we'll take away what we've learned. Bait approach, the fish that we see moving around. Maybe we'll come back later in the year or next year. Next couple of videos, we've got some better venues booked up, or different venues booked up. So yeah, keep watching, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.